The Disney Channel, a place that can make your wildest dreams come true and also be the cause of your worst nightmares. Today's secret society subject actually kind of falls in the middle. Her dreams were made a reality before she even hit double digits. Starring alongside Debby Ryan in one of the final remnants of the golden age of the Disney Channel, here Skai Jackson would play the very memorable role of ZURI, dominating the Disney Channel in multiple huge projects. But current day, her social life and media presence has gone off the rails. So join me today as I talk about the winding and twisting story of Skai Jackson. Anyway, before we get too deep into this Jessie tea, hi, my name is Jake and welcome to Secret Society. If you don't, follow me on Instagram at JX3gram. And to all of you who've subscribed, I just have to thank you all for a second. I just recently hit 40,000 subscribers on this channel and I just came back, and I love having videos where I can be more conversational because Deep Dive is so documentary style. So thank you so much. I'm glad y'all liked the last one, the Zendaya video. It was so much fun to make, and it's a companion video to the Bella Thorne video, so if you haven't seen either of those, treat yourself, girl. It's actually such a cute little series. Also, be sure to DM me all of your video ideas if you have any. A lot of the deep dives are actually just ideas that we get sent, so your idea could become an entire video. You never know. Anyway, let's get into the story of the rise and fall of Disney Channel starlet Skai Jackson. Born on April 8th, 2002 in Staten Island, New York, Skai Jackson was born into this world with a spark that her mother immediately recognized. Skai's mother, Kaya Cole, acknowledged Skai's potential, making significant sacrifices in her own life to ensure her daughter's success. She would leave her job at the post office to manage Skai's career full-time. Kiva stated, quote, "I resigned my job a long time ago because she had the passion for it. I want to protect her. I want to be there. I don't want to hire someone to be there. So I'm gonna be there every step of the way, every single job." Now, this is definitely a spectrum when it comes to Hollywood parents. There's definitely momagers like Kris Jenner or Hilary Duff's mom that can be super overbearing, but also can get the job done and get their daughters the best deal possible. One of them has a quote saying something along the lines that to make it in Hollywood, you really need to have a parent protecting you, and that if your parents actually look out for you, you can really make it far. And from some of the onset drama we're gonna get into, it does seem like Skai's mom was attempting to protect her. And she had a dream for her daughter to be a main star in the Mount Rushmore of Hollywood. She would work tirelessly, getting Skai in commercials for brands like Band-Aid, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and Old Navy. This exposure paved the way for her transition into traditional acting, where Skai took on roles in independent films such as Liberty Kid in 2007, and even made guest appearances in television series including Rescue Me and Rebound. But when the commercials, side gigs, and other independent films weren't doing it for the Jacksons, they turned to one place, the Disney Channel. Now, at the time, the Sprouse twins were ending their sequel to the original Sweet Life titled Sweet Life on Deck, but Disney Channel had one major problem. They had just conducted an expensive nationwide talent search to find the next star of the Disney Channel, named Debby Ryan. I don't know if y'all remember this, but they framed it like she won a contest and suddenly all of her dreams were coming true.
4 weeks ago, I was an everyday teenager living in Texas, but I got the chance to live out my dream by being cast on Disney Channel's next big show, The Sweet Life on Deck.
When we decided to move forward and do Sweet Life on Deck, we needed another character, and we were incredibly lucky to find the perfect person that we envisioned as Bailey, and her name is Debby Ryan, and she's just joined our Sweet Life family.
As London's roommate.
So I found out that I booked The Sweet Life on Deck, and that I'm going to be, London's new roommate, which I understood from, the audition and the screen test that was a huge role. And I was like, "Mom, do you know how big the show is? Do you know how big this is going to be?" And she's like, "Yeah." And we're still surprised.
When in actuality, Debby was a traditional child actor, much like Skai Jackson. She even got her start on Barney alongside Selena Gomez and Demi Lovato, and she was from Texas with the same agent as them. Anyway, the Disney Channel had developed a new show and new concept for Debby Ryan, where she would be the nanny to a wealthy family of 4 kids. One of the children, named ZURI, was to be a little girl who snapped back at Jessie and lived a fabulous life in her parents' New York penthouse. This role would be the perfect part for Skai Jackson to carve out her name in Disney Channel history. But like I said, the set was shrouded in rumors and drama. Now, Jessie did well for the Disney Channel on the ratings front, consistently bringing millions of viewers to the channel. The pilot episode, which aired on September 30th, 2011, attracted approximately 4.6 million viewers, marking Disney Channel's most successful Friday series debut since The Sweet Life on Deck in 2008. The most watched episode was titled Star Wars, garnering 7.32 million viewers, making it the series' highest rated episode. And of course, it's not Disney Channel if there's not an insane crossover that makes little to no sense. In my Leanne Baker, Zendaya, and Bella Thorne videos, I just talked about their crossover on the Good Luck Charlie Shake It Up sets, but the Jessie crossover would be much more cringy. Titled Austin and Jessie and Allie, All-Star New Year. Now this would combine characters from Jessie and Austin and Allie, and I know I've talked a little bit about Austin and Allie on the main deep dive channel with the Rainy Rodriguez video, but I just always have to bring this up. To me, Laura Marano is one of the large markers of the end of the golden age of Disney Channel because she was still on there with other stars like Sabrina Carpenter and Debbie Ryan, people who still are on red carpets today. But she didn't have that spark and she wasn't a very good actress. And I'm not trying to be rude because honestly, Disney Channel is not a super high bar for acting, but it's actually so funny. Like actors like Bertram and Lee Allen Baker, not so much on her, but you know, people like that were so funny and they were really shining roles in spots that were small. And I feel like Disney Channel has always done that well. Like Arwen or Esteban or Mr. Mosby, like all of those characters were super funny and that was one of their most successful shows. Or like on Good Luck Charlie, they had Miss Daphne. Like there were just such funny characters on the Disney Channel. And I feel like Austin and Allie really dropped the ball with that. Like the quality control was out the window. Same with Dog with a Blog. Like not every episode was amazing. They let a lot slip through the cracks. And I feel like by the time we got to Shake It Up, it was just brain mush of the girls lying every single episode and trying to get their way out of it by doing some weird fake iCarly gag. Anyway, 4.8 million people watched the Jessie, Austin, and Allie crossover event, and it just really showed the power of Jessie. I mean, they were not watching it because it was Austin and Allie. They did a million different series over there with huge specials, and the only way anyone would watch them was, yeah, Ross Lynch made a name for himself, but they definitely needed crossover episodes. Whereas Jessie was getting its views all by itself. But what those millions of kids watching didn't know was that there was trouble in paradise behind the scenes on the set of Jessie. According to J14 magazine, rumors of Debbie Ryan and Skai Jackson's feud began swirling in 2014 when hardcore fans of Jessie noticed Skai unfollow Debbie. When a Twitter user reached out and asked why Skai was mean to Debbie, she wrote back, "No, I'm not rude to her, it's the other way around." This would send Debbie into a complete tailspin, and in true Debbie Ryan fashion, she would respond publicly on her Tumblr, writing, "I mean, if I was 12, I probably would be insecure about the lead of the show I'm supporting on. Not to mention, if she was the concept, a producer, and one of the directors with the most assignment requests. When I hired the cast, I knew they were going to grow into double digits and then become preteens and teenagers by the end. And that's a rough age. Especially in this industry, I would know. I won't speak on specific people because it's unprofessional to slander coworkers online. But if I had one wish for every child that's an actor, especially those that tend to be the mouthpiece for parental maliciousness, I'd wish for complete contentment, emotional security, and that they'd somehow find the joy in telling stories." Now, with everything we know has happened on Nickelodeon and Disney Channel sets, Debbie Ryan saying y'all need to suck it up and be happy is pretty rich. Like, does she not know a lot of these kids don't have the choice? They don't actually want to be in the spotlight. And I actually do appreciate her differentiating the difference between, you know, Skai Jackson and her mother, but to do it in this underhanded way, it just feels so Debbie Ryan to me. I don't know how to explain it. Anyway, these on-set rumors would follow Debbie to this very day, and Skai wasn't finished. She would engage in a mega feud with one of the most iconic rappers of 2014, Azealia Banks. Now, this entire story actually starts with One Direction. Azealia Banks took to social media on May 10th, 2016, accusing Zayn Malik of copying her artistic style. She compared imagery from Zayn's new Like I Would music video to her own work, implying he plagiarized her aesthetics. In a now deleted tweet, Azealia wrote, "Damn Zayn, be mood boarding the fuck out of me." Zayn allegedly saw these posts, but initially chose not to mention Azealia by name. Instead, that afternoon, Zayn would fire off two cryptic subtweets that many interpreted as a response to Azalea's subtweets. Zayn tweeting, quote, "No lies, I see you reaching, but I don't care." His second tweet reading, "My at's too good for you." Azealia took these as a direct attack and responded the next day with a tirade of racial insinuations about Zayn. And I don't want to get into the specifics, but Azealia would go in. Now, while Azealia would eventually apologize to Zayn, one young Disney Channel star would get involved and blow the entire situation up even more. Skai Jackson watched this all unfold and was not happy. The 14-year-old Disney Channel actress tweeted a simple suggestion, quote, Azealia Banks needs to simmer down a little, but this would start an online war. Skai's tweet quickly went viral, setting the stage for a heated social media confrontation. Because if you know Azealia, if something's gonna get heat like that, she's not afraid to respond. Azealia, amidst her battle with 2016 Directioners on Twitter, reacted swiftly and aggressively to Skai Jackson's remark. She replied by attacking Skai's age and body, telling the young actress, quote, and you need to grow some hips and start your menses. Stay in a child's place. In another tweet, Azealia dismissed Skai's fame and mocked her internet popularity, saying, quote, never heard of you before, never even seen you on TV. You aren't a star, you aren't a topic, you're a meme. Now, it's important to note that this was the same year Skai Jackson's meme was blowing up. All Skai did was post a picture getting ready to go on a morning show, and it became one of the most used reaction pictures of all time. It really shows how with Disney Channel, you can either hit the meme jackpot like Laura Marano.
I'm so bummed your camera's broken. I'm so sorry.
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
Say you dirty bitch, fucking nobody fucking afraid of you, bitch. Who the fuck you think you are? You're just mad because you're asking alley money right now, and now you're left in the street, homeless and poor. The homeless people feed you, ugly ass bitch. Fuck you think you're with that big ass nose? Don't look at me like that, you ugly ass bitch.
Oh God. Okay, hold on. I don't know what happened, but I think I got Jasmined.
Or you can hit the meme jackpot like Rainy Rodriguez. And I think that really boils down to how someone responds to the attention. Anyway, Azealia also hurled verbal abuse at Skai and taunting that Zayn should put the meme girl in his music videos to boost her relevance. Nothing was off limits. Azealia even took aim at Skai's family, accusing Skai's mother of, quote, pimping her out to Disney and asking if her mom was the one tweeting for her. These poisonous responses from Azealia directed at a minor, even if they were in Hollywood, shocked many onlookers and dramatically escalated the feud overnight. Despite being only 14, Skai Jackson held her own and responded to Azealia Banks with poise, tweeting, quote, when a no-hip having 14-year-old has more class than you, worry about your career, get one. In another pointed reply, Skai noted that, quote, she had a career before Disney, and I'm sure I will after, saying she wouldn't end up, quote, bitter and miserable like Azealia, bluntly telling Azealia to, quote, fix her life. As the exchange continued, Skai landed one of the feud's most talked about blows by highlighting Azalea's irrelevance compared to a teenage meme, iconically stating, quote, a meme with 2.3 million Instagram followers. My memes are more relevant than you. Now, bye Twitter troll. Skai's sharp tweets immediately got praise from every corner of the internet. Everyone was shook that this 14-year-old girl was holding her own in a battle with one of the internet's most critical artists. And this was really a different turning point for Azealia. She would face so much backlash from the general public and even get removed from a show. This would also be the beginning of the saga of Azalea's Twitter being deleted. Now, Skai's mom would come out and clarify that she was not the one behind Skai's tweets and warned that Azealia was, quote, too old to go at it with a 14-year-old, but not too young for me to see her. This brought Skai to an entirely new level. Yeah, people recognized her from Jessie and thought that she was a Disney Channel star, but she was now battling with young Rapunzel herself. In the days that followed, Skai Jackson spoke out about the Twitter feud and clarified why she got involved to begin with. Skai explains that she noticed Azealia trending for, quote, negative things and all those racial slurs towards Zayn Malik, which she found totally offensive and not right. Seeing Azalea's behavior, Skai felt compelled to say something because, as she put it, quote, she's a bully, and I've been bullied when I was younger. Ooh, jabs at Debbie. I felt like I had to say something on my Twitter. People were proud I stayed calm. Skai's tweet to Azealia would be named one of the 30 most influential tweets of 2016, and her PR team would transform this into an anti-bullying campaign with Skai as the star, even landing Skai a book deal the very next year. Keep in mind, this entire time, Skai is still on Disney Channel, but as Jessie came to a close, the kids would move to a summer camp away from Debbie Ryan in an all-new show called Bunked. Now, I just want to highlight the very end of Jessie, by the way, because Mr. Mosby comes in and says this.
Please be a softwood.
Madam, there are less drastic ways to deal with a demagnetized keycard.
Wait, I mean, do you have any idea how annoying kids can be?
Do I? I worked with them for 6 years, 3 of them aboard a cruise ship. If there's one thing I learned from my voyage of the doomed, it's that with teenagers, sometimes just being willing to listen is the best thing. And if that doesn't work, I have a passkey.
Thank you, Mr. Mosby.
You are very welcome. No, I am telling you, Cody, it's uncanny. She looks exactly like Bailey. You want to come see for yourself? Oh dear.
So does that mean they're all linked together? I don't know, just something to think about. Anyways, Skai would go on to star in 3 seasons of Bunked till she left the show in 2018. And y'all, Bunked would run until 2024 and pass Raven's Home as the longest running live action Disney Channel show. Skai clearly saw that she had a real star power that she could harness herself. And in the coming years, Skai's entrance into Hollywood would be a messy one. Now, I'm not gonna get too deep into this, but in 2019, tragedy would strike and Skai Jackson's co-star Cameron Boyce would pass away at only 20 years old. This would devastate the cast of Jessie, and they would never recover even to this day. For 2 years, Skai was relatively silent on the drama front. That is until her 2020 feud with Bhad Bhabie. Now, I've detailed this feud over on our Bhad Bhabie video over on Deep Dive, so if you've already seen that, no need to watch this, just skip to this timestamp. But for those of you who don't know, here's what happened. Now, Danielle would also feud with Disney Channel star Skai Jackson after Skai made a joke on her Finsta about hooking up with Danielle's ex-boyfriend. Now, Danielle alleges that this was a repeat offense on behalf of Skai Jackson, as she said Skai is always chasing after the guys she's interested in. However, Bhad Bhabie would threaten Skai Jackson in DMs. Both of their parents would get involved and it would all end in a restraining order against Danielle by Skai Jackson. Now, when Danielle went to rehab, Skai Jackson actually spoke out and said that she doesn't hold anything against Danielle and that she hopes she can get the best help she can. Now, while I was researching for the Skai Jackson video, I actually found a fight between Skai Jackson's mom, Bhad Bhabie, and Bhad Bhabie's mom. Basically, Bhad Bhabie slid into the comments of Skai Jackson's mom saying, "You should get a hold of that Finsta she has." Skai Jackson's mom replied saying, "Let me tell you something, little girl. I'm definitely not the one to be played with. Don't come on my damn page with your trashy negativity. How about you just put your address or phone number in my DM and I will gladly have this conversation with your mother. I'm not having it. Take this somewhere else and leave my damn daughter alone." Now, Bhad Bhabie's mom would reply saying, "Aw, you hurt my feeling. Guessing that Disney money too good your poor daughter can't be the girl she wants to be." I feel like I just lost brain cells trying to read that out loud. Bhad Bhabie's mom continued saying, "You really think you scare me? Sorry, girl. Like I said, I come from New York too." Skai Jackson's mom replied saying, "Telling me you're from New York don't mean a damn thing to me. Your daughter is a hot ass mess. Always barking like a little chihuahua on social media like she has no damn home training. Take that shit back to Florida and get the off my damn timeline. I do welcome you to DM me your info though." This kind of feels like that fight between Lana Del Rey and Azealia Banks if it was done by like 30-year-old stage moms. So Skai had gotten into a huge feud with Danielle Bergoli, but this wasn't the end of her downfall. See, in that situation in particular, everyone was a little bit at fault, but in this one, things take a little bit of a turn. And if you saw that trigger warning at the beginning of this video, this is kind of where it comes into act. Anyway, let's get into it. According to Fox LA, Skai Jackson was allegedly seen pushing her boyfriend multiple times in a physical altercation at Universal Studios in Los Angeles. Security intervenes and immediately detains Skai Jackson and her boyfriend until police had the time to arrive on the scene. Now, deputies from the LAPD reviewed the surveillance footage from Universal Studios and determined it was enough to arrest Skai Jackson on suspicion of domestic battery. According to People magazine, no visible injuries were found on Skai Jackson's boyfriend as a result of the altercation. And because of that, the incident was relatively minor in terms of harm, but under California law, any unwanted physical contact in a domestic contact can warrant a battery charge. So officers proceeded with the arrest due to the alleged pushing. Now, here's the important part, and honestly such an insanely divisive part of the conversation. So comment below what you think, because I definitely want to hear what y'all have to say about this. Basically, Skai and her boyfriend at the time both denied that anything happened at all. Both of them watching the security footage with the police and saying that nothing happened. In efforts to convince the police of the legitimacy of their relationship, Skai and her boyfriend doted on and on about how they were happily engaged, all while expecting a baby together. More on that in a second. But all of this didn't stop the officers from booking Skai Jackson on suspicion of a misdemeanor. Now, while Skai would be released from police custody only a few hours after being arrested, her case would be completely cleared just a little over a week after the incident. All because Skai had no prior incidents and there was insufficient evidence to to bring the case to trial. But what about those pregnancy rumors? Well, Skai and her boyfriend, Yurki, were actually telling the truth. On November 12th, 2024, they announced that they were welcoming a new child into the world. Now, this was the pretty standard phenomenon of watching someone who grew up on TV become a parent, and people were freaking out. But I think it's also the fact that she initially played such a little girl on Jessie, that seeing her in a domestic dispute and even a pregnancy gave a lot of people whiplash. And that's like one of the main problems with Disney Channel to me, and I think Miley Cyrus really highlighted it. It's that they don't let people grow up. And Disney Channel will allow their stars to grow up. A lot of times it's the audiences that are just so beyond being able to see them as real people that they will only ever see them as children when time moves by and people grow up. Anyway, the internet started doing a lot of research on Yurki, Skai Jackson's boyfriend, and let's just say they found some awful receipts. According to an Instagram page called Messy Madge, Yurki would seemingly diss the late Cameron Boyce on Instagram Live.
This wood right here. Stop comparing me to a dead. Y'all cool? Like, what the is y'all cool? Y'all keep on comparing me to dead.
And y'all, I literally just hate to see this happen. Like, oh my gosh, like so embarrassing. Imagine like your boyfriend does this to you and you're some Disney Channel star. Like, even if you have just a little bit of fame, this would just be awful. Like, even imagine Laura Marano going for this. I would not wish this even on Laura Marano. Like, girl, that's how you know it's bad. The worst receipt being a now deleted Facebook post of Yurki spouting off, quote, "On WAP, I'm salty I got this dumbass Disney Channel bitch pregnant. I hate this hoe." Skai Jackson and her mother both tried to speak out saying Yurki's page was hacked. But the main problem was no one questioned it because it fit in his character he's displayed thus far. I did one search of Yurki on Instagram and TikTok and I already found an alleged secret family and an arrest. I actually think it's 2 arrests because the video with his second alleged family, he's also being arrested while trying to say goodbye to his alleged kids.
Cuz you kind of look like me, but I got a question, cuz. How do I get a famous pregnant, cuz?
Hey, you gotta keep it P, man.
Keep it P?
Keep it P, I ain't gonna lie.
Skai Jackson trended on X multiple times for these incidents. And sadly, the birth of her first child didn't make the same waves as her drama, even though she released photos in a magazine and everything. So will we ever get a proper Skai Jackson comeback? Well, to do that, I think we have to move past her controversies. And to be honest, Skai seems to be one of those people who doesn't mind. Now, if you've followed Skai Jackson over the years, you know she's had a lot of different drama. From her live streams selling different giveaways, to being in that Lil Nas X video, she has sort of made her mark on Hollywood, and she is so memorable for Jessie that I do think she could eventually have a comeback because she is definitely a style icon. If you pay attention to all the clips of her on the red carpet that I've put in this video, they are always dressing her in the most shocking, outlandish, unexpected, risky outfits. And she's definitely always commanding attention on the red carpet. So if she wanted a comeback, she could definitely have one. But it seems like she wants to get away from Hollywood, the place where her mom had her acting since she was a young girl. But to be honest, it's kind of just not looking super bright on the Skai Jackson front these days. Like, I could definitely see her being a video vixen or having some sort of music or something. I think people would definitely tune in, but it would have to be really good. People aren't just waiting for her to come back. She has to make a splash. And I feel like a lot of these different dramas have been an attempt at a splash or a rebrand, but they never really stuck. And now that she has a child, I mean, her career is just going to be so different. So we're going to have to see what actually happens. Honestly, I will be definitely tuned in. If you want any updates on the Jessie cast, I'm doing a video about every single one of the cast members. So be sure to subscribe if you're interested in that. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching this video. I really appreciate y'all for making it to this channel too. I know that y'all are just deep in the trenches at this point if you're on here. So thank you so much. If you are deep in those trenches, like I said, be sure to follow me over on Instagram at JX3gram, and be sure to subscribe to this channel and my main channel Deep Dive. We post here all the time. Also, if you haven't gotten the chance, be sure to check out my new video about Zendaya's escape from the Disney Channel. It's a companion video to the Bella Thorne video I did over on Deep Dive. Anyway, I will see you on the next video. Bye!